All right. Well, hi everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for our Facebook Live foster parent info session. I'm Liz Thatch and I'm Pathways Marketing and Fundraising Coordinator. So I'm the face behind the scenes, behind our social media and communications and just sharing all that's going on with Pathway. And so also with us is our Recruitment Director, Patricia Lott, and she'll say a little bit too.
Hi, good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. As Liz mentioned, my name is Patricia Lott. I'm the Recruitment Director here at Pathway, and I just celebrated my 25-year anniversary being with the agency, which is so very special to me. And I'm the first stop along your journey when you decide you'd like to become a foster or foster to adopt parent.
Right. So this is our second info session on Facebook Live, and we're going to keep doing these, and Pat will touch on that a little bit more. And we'll give you the basics, but we'll touch on a couple different topics each month. So what are we talking about tonight, Pat?
Okay, what I'd like to emphasize tonight a little bit is the need for my empty nesters, people that have experience and are seasoned parents who maybe have thought maybe it's time to open up their home again. They've parented already. They perhaps are even grandparents, and you're looking for a new challenge and a special way to give back. We are getting a certain number of older children, teens in care that really require a special touch. So I love when my empty nesters come to me, open-minded, willing to learn about what possibly it would take to have an older child in their home.
Right.
So if you look back, last session was July 21st. And we're going to keep these going. So we talk a little bit more about some of the basics and moving along in the process, and we'll touch that tonight also. But I thought if each time maybe I emphasized a little bit special needs that we have in niche parenting, that way then maybe you could go back in the archives as we build our info sessions each month, the third Tuesday of the month. Right now, as you can see, Liz and I are at home as so much of the world is operating remotely. We are too. So if you are interested in seeing some of the other presentations, we'll invite you then to go back on our Facebook page, just scroll back a few weeks, a few months, and hopefully you'll see a couple different topics as we move along. So thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah. And so we'll jump back a little bit here and there, but so let's talk about who comes into care. Who are the children that we are seeing and getting referrals for?
Okay, good question. Pathway serves 14 counties. So while our hub is in Stark County, and we have a branch office in Cleveland and other various places, we serve the surrounding counties around us. So the children we receive referrals for are from those county agencies. And we are receiving all ages of children right now. We have had a lot of babies, a lot of toddlers, sibling groups, and as I mentioned a little bit ago, we are receiving some teenagers. And due to these unprecedented times that we are living in right now, all of us, there have been some kids in care that have recently, I should say, come into care, being in their home setting that maybe isn't so good a place for them to be. And so they're coming to us removed very suddenly from their home, and they need a place to be nurtured and loved. It could be even for just a short while.
Right. So we're all living in uncertainty, but especially these kids who have just recently been referred, come into care. They're definitely looking for stability and coming out of their environment right now where it just might have been too stressful for everyone in the home and caused all sorts of underlying issues to bubble up. So there's a definite need for more foster homes right now in these unprecedented times. So with that, what are the basic requirements to be a foster parent?
Right. Okay. Well, when people reach out to me and they say they've been thinking about this, and we talk about just some of the basics, they'll be asked to undergo, have fingerprints taken. We do BCI as well as FBI. We do background checks. We're, of course, doing a safety audit of your home. You're attending pre-service training, and we're looking for people to be very flexible. This is something that your day can change in a minute's time. So the more open-minded you are, the more go with the flow type of person, those folks do real well for us.
Yeah, for sure. Flexibility. And as we all have to navigate daily challenges that come up, we all are definitely learning to be flexible.
Absolutely.
So also with that, what's different about pre-service right now?
Okay, well, I'm pretty excited to talk about that because before COVID, you would be coming into one of our offices and doing in-person 43 hours of pre-service training. With the COVID going on in our world, literally, as of April 1st, the state has allowed us to do remote training. So you are signing into a Zoom meeting, basically just like Liz and I are doing right now, where you're live and you're seeing your instructor and you're in your own home. And so we are inviting you to get your hours done in a virtual setting. So people have loved it. It's definitely been a more casual atmosphere for folks to, you know, their kids are in the other room. They've just finished dinner. They don't have to drive to the office. The next training does begin September 10th, and that is a Thursday. And our classes are usually Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. And then we do have a couple Saturdays in there. So pre-service right now, we're running back-to-back classes. They're taking just about 6 weeks to complete. And we're moving along since the need is so big right now for us to get new homes licensed.
Yes. Yes. And so what happens if someone just happens to miss a session?
Yeah, and that for sure happens. You know, we're running the trainings, as I mentioned, back to back. So if you're in a training right now, which I have one going on right now, and you miss the session, usually I'm asking you then just to wait till the next one. That'll be about a month out. Sometimes we've done makeups, depends on the situation. Right now is a real exciting time in the recruitment area. Back to school, how different it may look for all of us right now. Back to school always brings a sense of energy to it. I like to feel there's something invigorating, and I'm not just talking about the pumpkin spice lattes. I'm talking about that feeling that we all have preparing kids to get back into the routine, get their backpacks organized. And a lot of times it's at that time then parents think, you know, I'm going to take on a new adventure. You know, I'm looking for something for me to do. So with that said, recruitment in the fall is usually pretty good. It's one of our bigger classes usually. So I'm hoping that someone out there now listening to me, or maybe you share this with a neighbor or a family member, if you have at all thought about, well, what does it take to be a foster parent? Can I do it? You know, I have these questions. Please, now is the time to reach out. You know, I always say to people, all questions are good questions. I'd love to talk with you on the steps it takes to move forward.
Yes. And Pat's contact info is in the comment section of our Facebook feed. Also, it'll be in a slide once we're done with our Zoom session, but please reach out. Available to answer any questions you may have, and refer us to anyone you know that has just talked about being interested or just wanting to learn more. So the next question we've got is, so what are some of the topics discussed during pre-service training?
Okay, real good. And I have my little sheet right here, so I'll talk about it. The first night is always orientation. And that is a great night. You're meeting a couple staff members, talking about the whole process, what it looks like to be licensed, what does a home study feel like, what is, what can you expect, what are all the services that Pathway offers. And then we go into some of the subjects, and I'll read you a couple of them so you could see what I'm talking about. Child development, the child protection team, trauma and its effects, long-term separation, effects of caregiving. Those are just a few of the subjects that we go over in the class setting to help prepare you for having a child in your home and welcoming that child into your family.
And Pathway case managers are available. Someone is available 24/7. There's a hotline. We give you all the tools and all the training you need. And all of the pre-service is just to prepare you as much as possible for all the twists and turns that happen when you're a foster family. So the next question we've got is, does Pathway do adoptions?
It's not that simple an answer, but I'll try to simplify it. Pathway offers foster to adopt. So while we are not doing straight adoptions, if the child is in your home as a foster child and the child has been there for 6 months or more and has become on a status, what we call PC, permanent custody, you could be asked if you're interested in adopting the child. And then we would walk you through those steps. Family court, of course, is involved, and help you for a forever family for that child. In 2019, we had about 20 adoptions, and that's huge. So we do foster to adopt. Yeah. And I should add there is no cost to you. It's one of the first questions I'm asked is, how much does it cost for my home study? There is no cost to you. How much does it cost if I decide to foster during the foster to adopt process? There is no charge to you for that either.
Yeah, which I know that we have several more adoptions in the works right now currently. So lots of adoptions, and Pathway, of course, provides post-adoption support as well for your forever journey. So we've gone over the basic requirements, any characteristics of being a foster parent, and some pre-service topics. But what happens after someone becomes a licensed foster parent?
Okay, well, as you start with me in the journey, and then we move on to the pre-service training. And during that time, you're having a home study done. You are completing paperwork that's required by the state of Ohio for you to have a state of Ohio license for 2 years. And after that time, you can move as quick as you want or as slow as you want. I have some people say to me, I just want to get the training done. I'm planning a move in the future. We're building an addition in our home. Everyone runs at a little different pace. If you want to move quick, we're looking probably at a 2 to 3 month process. After your home study and the paperwork is complete, you're then receiving a call from our intake department, and to get to know you a little better, what sort of child would work well in your home, and talk to you about being ready for that phone call, because you can become licensed on a Friday and we're calling you on Saturday with some little kiddos that need a place to be.
For sure. Once once you're licensed, you better be ready to go.
Pick up that phone, I say.
So we're nearing the end of our info session. Um, Before we end with why go with Pathway, Pat, did you want to add anything else?
I just think that now is a great time. If you've had any questions, if you've thought about this, if you know anyone that you think would make a great foster parent, please reach out. Please get some information, and I'd be happy to answer all your questions.
All right. So once again, we're really excited that you all joined us tonight, and we're really appreciative of everyone tuning in. On the screen, you can see Pat's contact info. Once again, our new pre-service classes start Thursday, September 10th. So you have a couple weeks to reach out to Pat, learn more, spread the word, but feel free to reach out. You can drop your questions in the comments section as well, or send us a Facebook message or anything like that. So, and Pathway case managers and staff offer you 24/7 support. They're in it for the long haul with you, and always putting the kids first is definitely the priority. So. And we just want to say thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.